Rings of Desperation and Truth. After I dropped out during sophomore year, my employment prospects were bleak. I was broke, and my last hope, a part-time gig copy editing obituaries at the Passaic Herald News, rolled over and died. Resentfully, I nursed a beer in Harry Platt's Bar and Grill with my roommate John. "Screw the obituaries," I blurted. "Well, now you can tell them you're dead to me," said John. I laughed, but there was a ring of desperation to it. As a last resort, I called Dad. I listened to him go on about actions and consequences as if he should talk. When I was 8 and Mom left us, Dad foisted me on Grandma and Grandpa. He'd see me just often enough to maintain the pretense of fatherhood. We reconnected, but not in a conventional sense. We carved a wide and rowdy path from the West Side to Harlem to Newark and beyond, father-son bonding fueled by alcohol. When Dad was through with the sermonizing, he told me there was an opening where he worked. "It's very entry-level," he cautioned. "But any port in a storm, right?" This was nepotism at its lowest level. I needed inside pull to get hired as a delivery/stock boy at Feldman's Stationer's warehouse on 2nd Avenue, which Dad managed. This is my job. I pedal a bicycle that's outfitted in front with a metal box the size of a refrigerator and deliver bulky office goods. It's January in Manhattan, slushy and psychotic. Horns blare, drivers curse and cut me off. Cabs, trucks, and cars constipate the grid from the East River to the Hudson, from Harlem to Chinatown. I usually enter through service doors in the bowels of buildings near the loading dock, but occasionally I deliver precious parcels directly to the upper ether of skyscrapers, where beautiful young women, ensconced behind glass walls, smile radiantly with convincing sparkle. But when I approach, they gag. My shoes and pants cuffs are soaked. These lovely creatures are skeeved by me. I'm a pair of claws clacking my way back to the aquarium. I wend my way toward Feldman's storefront at 57th and Madison. Deliveries done, I eat lunch in the basement, restock shelves, break down cardboard boxes, then bring merchandise upstairs to the shimmering light and hubbub of cash registers ringing up crystal paperweights, silver money clips, and Tony writing instruments like Mont Blanc and St. DuPont, pens that cost more than I make in a month. Dad also got me another position as a telephone salesman at Life Circulation Company. It's a goofy cousin of Life magazine. I work 2 evenings and occasional Saturdays in downtown Newark, the down-and-out cousin to New York City. Dad shows me the ropes. "Watch and learn," he says, dialing. As Churchill famously said, "Never give up." When a prospect tells Dad they're too busy to read the magazine, he doesn't argue. He endorses the excuse. "Perfect! That's the beauty of life. The best informed people in America are busy. Do you think Nixon has time to read? He doesn't read, and neither do I. You know what the secret is? We look at pictures. No one does it better than Life. What a time saver." In this case, the prospect hangs up. "Onward and upward," Dad says cheerfully, dialing the next lead. Dad's performing to the room and loves the attention, whether he closes the sale or not. Our prospects are former subscribers in northeastern New Jersey, teeming with ethnic enclaves of second and third generation Italians, Irish, and Polish. He's presently calling leads in Belleville, many with Italian surnames. He introduces himself as Joe Palumbo. Listen to him close a sale. Grazie, Mr. Gallucci, and buonanotte, he bellows, grinding a cigarette in his ashtray. He rings his silver bell on his desk, then saunters in front and center to a large corkboard, sticking a red plastic pennant next to his name. It's his 8th sale of the night. He crows, Palumbo strikes again. Abbastanza bene. The next call, he morphs into an Irishman. Listen to him chat with Mrs. Mahoney of Kearney. Good evening to you, Mrs. Mahoney. My name's Darcy McGee. That's right, Darcy from Life magazine. He waxes on about a forthcoming Life exclusive, revealing how Jackie Kennedy, John, and Carolyn are coping. I hear Darcy McGee sigh and commiserate with his prospect. It was a national tragedy we ought never forget. The poor dears. Dad hangs up the phone and barks, Bingo! Taking another stroll to the corkboard. Don Armand, the manager, emerges from his office. He resembles Jonathan Winters from the neck up. He approaches Dad, handing him a thick batch of new leads, the payoff for top earners. Vince De Palma, a desk sergeant with the Newark PD, and Ed Ruane, an insurance guy by day, start a slow clap. This was before the slow clap had a name. It's corny and embarrassing. I mean, Dad's selling subscriptions, not rescuing puppies. Dad gives the room a thumbs up, then shuffles through his new leads. He's got Grabowski, Kuselides, and others on the bench, eager to make a pitch. Everything they say has at least a ring of truth, which for now is good enough. After work, Dad and I entered the Dubonnet Lounge off Military Park. He introduces me to Millie, his new girlfriend, just before she steps onto the go-go platform to gyrate and shimmy to the Drell's Tighten Up.